Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel today. Welcome to another diabetic-friendly, high-protein, low-calorie weekly meal prep video. This week is all about convenience and the heat of summer because the recipes I'm making in my kitchen today will do a great job at keeping the heat temperatures very low in my kitchen and making it so my house is not overheating, but also when I go to eat it, it's light, easy summer meals that are diabetic-friendly, high-protein, low-calorie, and super delicious. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name's Olivia. I've been a type 1 diabetic for over 20 years. And in my 20 years of being diabetic, I've done my best at making living with diabetes more enjoyable and more sustainable long term. I started doing meal prep to make things even easier when I had 3 kids. I have 3 kids under the age of 4, so having meals ready to go in my fridge do help me tremendously keeping my blood sugars in check. So this week, what we're making is a lemon meringue pie fluff, which is one of my favorites. We're also making a chilled summer vegetable and chicken quinoa salad. And lastly, a delicious crispy broccoli rub and chicken wrap. It's a riff off of Primo's sandwiches. If you've ever been to Primo's, you will love that one. All of it's diabetic friendly, super good, super delicious, and super easy to make. So let's get to my kitchen and let's get cooking. With it being so darn hot out this week, I decided to make a super easy chilled quinoa and summer vegetable salad. So what I'm doing right here is I am pounding out some chicken breast that I'm going to throw on my grill, because not only will the salad be served chilled, but also it's not going to make my house hot because I'm not cooking this meal in my house. I'm going to grill the chicken, grill the vegetables, and the only thing I made in this house for the salad is the quinoa, which I made in my Instant Pot. To make quinoa in your Instant Pot, you put equal parts water and quinoa, cook it for 1 minute, and you are good to go. That is it. So as you can see, I seasoned my chicken breast. I'm heading outside to grill, and what I seasoned it with today was the Kinder's garlic parmesan seasoning. It's my favorite, absolutely delicious. I have a flat top stove, as you can see here. The chicken is grilling. You just can't replace the nice, delicious seared marks on grilled chicken. And now I'm going to get started on cutting my vegetables up for the grill, because in my salad, I want some delicious summer vegetables. So I'm cutting up some yellow squash, onions, red peppers, and mushrooms, as you can see here. You can absolutely use whatever vegetables you have on hand. Zucchini would be fantastic in this. Eggplant would be fantastic. So many vegetables, and that's what I love about this salad is you can put whatever your heart desires into it. So I'm just going to take a few minutes here and cut everything on up. The mushrooms, onions, yellow squash, and throw it onto my grill. Here's the moment of truth. There's my chicken. Like I said, look at that delicious sear mark on the chicken. You can't replace it. So now I'm just going to throw a little bit more olive oil down onto my pan and get my chicken grilling with my vegetables. So there we have it. Now for this salad, I don't want my vegetables to be mushy. I cannot stress that enough. So I'm just going to cook these on the grill for about 5 minutes, and I'm going to stir them halfway through. So that way they are cooked and delicious and super flavorful, but they're not mushy. Now I'm going to season these vegetables the same exact way I seasoned the chicken with that Kinder seasoning that I talked to you guys about. So here she is right there, all good to go. And now everything has cooked. Everything is actually cooled. I cooled it in my fridge for a few hours. So there's the quinoa I talked about. I have my chicken cooled, and I also have my vegetables cooled. So now all I have to do is throw the salad together. I took my quinoa, I tossed that into the pan, and now I'm going to cut up the chicken and throw that in as well. That is one thing I love about this salad is you just throw it into a bowl and toss it in your fridge, and then you can just eat all of it throughout the entire week. I'm sure my husband will eat it. My kids might eat it, might or might not eat it, but I know I will surely enjoy it. And it's diabetic friendly, super delicious and flavorful. And it's super easy, and it's so nice to have something like this when it's so darn hot outside. So cutting this chicken up, tossing it on in there. And in case you're curious of where I'm from, I am from South Jersey. So this week being the 4th of July week, we are looking at over 100-degree days. It is just insanely hot. I can't take it. I'm not a hot weather fan. So cooking in a hot kitchen all the time will just drain the life out of me. I just tossed those grilled vegetables in, and I'm going to finish up chopping the chicken up, and I will stir it on together. And here we go. Everything is all in one bowl. So I'm just going to stir it up. Of course, I'm going to add some delicious seasonings to this mix and some cheese. The cheese I'm choosing to add for this salad specifically is feta cheese. I love me some feta cheese. So I'm going to toss this in. The best price you can get on feta cheese around here is at Aldi's. It's under $2 for a container. And make sure you take advantage of Aldi's for their cheese selection. The prices are just fantastic. So I'm just going to stir this one up. And the simple dressing I'm using for this is a simple red wine vinegar and olive oil. I'm using the drizzling olive oil by Pompeian. Just going to drizzle a little bit. And this is once again something that goes for taste. If you like that extra vinegar olive oil taste, by all means add more than I. And there is the red wine vinegar I'm going to toss in. And I'm also going to reserve some of this for the side for when I go to eat it this week, in case some of the quinoa does absorb that flavor and I want to add a little bit more. It could never hurt to keep it on the side to have it when I'm ready to serve. Now I'm going to season her up with some Italian seasoning and garlic powder because you can just never have too much flavor in one of these salads. So if you give this recipe a try, please enjoy it. I promise you it is delicious. And if you prefer a warm salad, by all means, throw it into the microwave and enjoy it as that. I enjoy the salad chilled, especially with it being so hot outside, but no matter what way you choose to enjoy, I hope you do so. And here's the moment of truth. Yes, it is absolutely delicious. I know you guys are going to love this one. Before I get started on my Primo chicken knockoff sandwiches, I had to take a sip of a Diet Dr. Pepper. It's my absolute favorite. To get started, I'm using the Carb Balance burrito-sized tortillas for this recipe. So I'm not making a hoagie today. I'm making a wrap. And what I'm doing is, I believe it's called the Bada Bing from Primo, but it's their fried chicken, broccoli rabe, and provolone sandwich. Now I'm making mine into a wrap. So to get started, I air fried my Real Good chicken strips in the air fryer, so it keeps my kitchen from getting too hot, and everything is all done. And I also took a bag of frozen broccoli rabe, cooked it on my stovetop with some garlic, olive oil, and red pepper flakes, and I have that cooked and cooled, ready to go. And lastly, I have my Great Value sliced provolone cheese. I am having a very difficult time at getting this thing open, so bear with me for a second. But that is all that's going into my wrap today. And just thinking about how much money I spent to make these at home in comparison to driving to Primo's myself is appalling. I believe I spent about $15, and I'm making 4 portions today for this recipe, where if you go into Primo's yourself, you are going to be spending $15 at least just for one sandwich. So to get started, first I'm laying down 2 slices of provolone cheese, about 1 Real Good chicken cutlet, and a nice handful of broccoli rabe, and I am rolling this on up. I do apologize that my film was not that great for this shot to see exactly what and how I'm rolling, but that is how it ended up right there. So I'm going to do this 3 more times. I am making 4 wraps today, and then when I go to reheat this up, all I need to do is pop it in my microwave for 60 seconds and then pop it into my air fryer for about 3 minutes to get the outside nice and crispy. And that is my preferred way to reheating wraps up. But here I go again, rolling up another burrito. I do apologize. So like I said, 2 slices of provolone, broccoli rabe, and some chicken into each one. And I am using the low carb wraps, which are delicious and very diabetic friendly. And I'm going to repeat that 2 more times after this to make in total 4 burritos. And all I am doing now is heating them up on my stove. Now, I'm not eating them right now, but as you can see when I flipped it over, that is what I'm looking for. That seals the edges, so that way I don't have to worry about my burritos flying open and the insides going everywhere. So that's a little tip I like to do when I make burritos. And I did want to show you guys a little clip as to why I did a overlay for this video today instead of talking to you guys right on camera. While I was cooking, I had a little performance going on, which leads me to my second drink of choice. I am enjoying a mimosa. Heck, it is Sunday, and I'm sure 5 o'clock somewhere, so there's that. We have now made it to the portion of the video where I can actually talk to you guys because my 3 little ones are napping. So to get started, what I'm making for you guys for my dessert this week is a very light lemon cream pie fluff. So as a backstory, as I've mentioned in previous, slots in this video, it's extremely hot outside right now, and I am not a hot weather fan. So when I was thinking of my meal prep for this week, I was trying to think of lighter meal options that wouldn't feel so heavy, that wouldn't heat my house up. And for dessert this week, I just feel like the lightest thing you can have is lemon. So I'm making a lemon cream pie fluff, and to get started, I have about half of a container here of sugar-free Cool Whip. I love this stuff. I use it on my channel all the time. Next, I'm gonna be using the lemon meringue Greek yogurt from Light and Fit. This is another brand that I just love and swear by on this channel. Right there. Next, what I'm using is I'm gonna be tossing in about 1 tablespoon of sugar-free vanilla pudding. This is the Great Value brand. It's the first time I've ever tried it. I'm just trying to give it a try because it's a little bit cheaper than traditional pudding mix, the name brand at least. So I'm going to eyeball that, throw that in, and this just does a good job at thickening it up. So if you're making this, honestly, what I always tell people is the Cool Whip will adopt whatever flavor yogurt you put in. The vanilla pudding is just what thickens it up. Next, I'm going to add some lemon zest, just to really give it that kick of lemon flavor. So I'm just going to put about 1 tablespoon of lemon zest in there. And yes, I'm using a cheese grater for the zest because that is what I have on hand. Just going to throw that on in there like so. And I'm just going to stir this up. I love lemon in the summer. I love lemon any time of the year, but especially with it being so hot, I just feel like lemon is the dessert that I would want. Ice cream obviously, but like I don't want no thick chocolate cake right now. I want a nice light lemon dessert. So here we have, that is the fluff. So now on to making out these fluff bowls. I have my little plastic cups right here, and I have pretty crushed up graham cracker bits. And I'm going to put just a little bit at the bottom because like I said, we're making a lemon cream pie. So graham cracker crust is one of my favorite crusts on pies. So this will not disappoint. So just have a little bit right there, and I'm gonna evenly divide this mixture up between my 4 little plastic containers. Yes, this is wasteful. I will be the first to admit that. However, I have 3 kids, and it is just convenient to be able to toss things in the trash versus add more to my dishes. I do dishes as it is a ton, way more than anyone should. So having dishes that are already done and ready to be thrown in the trash are just good. Now I'm gonna try it. You could certainly get away without adding that lemon zest in, but I personally feel like that is what makes this dessert fantastic because it just adds that fresh lemon flavor. And now to the top, of course, I'm adding another nice sprinkle of graham crackers because like I said, it is a great pie crust staple. So there we have the dessert for the week. Thank you guys for making it to the end of this video. If you haven't already, please do me and my channel a big favor and give it a thumbs up and hype the video if it prompts you to do so. That helps me and my channel grow. So I greatly appreciate if you do choose to do so. And I hope you guys got some great ideas and great inspiration from my kitchen this week of what you're going to cook in your kitchen. As mentioning multiple times in the video, I'm a type 1 diabetic, but I'm not the type of type 1 diabetic who wants to restrict herself and force herself into a cardboard box and just eat plain, unflavorful, and bland foods. I'm doing my best to make life enjoyable for me living with diabetes. So that is why my foods are not extremely low carb and extremely frugal when it comes to carb counts. I believe in moderation. So that is what you saw in my kitchen today. And I hope you guys really enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.